Hello there. Good morning, dear friends. Sorry, it took me a minute to get on here. I didn't sleep very well. Just trying to get the camera straight along with myself. Well, today's topic is grief, love, and messages from beyond the veil. And behind me today, there's this wonderful painting here from my friend Coco Jones. And I can't remember the exact name, but it's a woman with a baby in her lap, and it has to do with healing your own inner child. So that seems fitting for today. The reason that this topic came in for me today was because Mother's Day yesterday, and I was very present to, and I'm still very present to, my mother, who is on the other side. Hi, Talia. And my mother, she passed away when I was 15 years old, almost 40 years ago now. And it was because of her that I started on this path. Hello, love. Because being a teenager when all that was happening, it awakened in me a sense that there is something more. That I just had this knowing that my mother wasn't gone. She had just transitioned to the non-physical realms, but she still felt so present. And so what I learned from that was that I needed to start to develop a new relationship, spirit to spirit, instead of physical to physical. And that my mother leaving this world was the beginning of my spiritual journey, because it initiated me into this desire, a drive to stay in touch with her. And that experience has opened worlds to me. And even though through this process I have developed my ability to communicate with spirit, the grief was still there yesterday. And it certainly wasn't as ripe as when she left. And but grief is still my companion on this journey. Hi, Jennifer. Yeah. So I saw this really wonderful illustration once, and there was a bookshelf with a book, a big empty bookshelf that had a book that said grief on it. And in the second image was the same bookshelf with the book of grief in the same place, except the shelf was filled with all kinds of other books as well. So this is my awareness of grief, is that it's something that stays with us. Grief tends to be tempered by time. time seems to be the only thing that really helps. The getting used to someone not being in physical form anymore, and yet it still resides in a place in our lives. Grief doesn't really go away. That's my experience anyway. So we have to find ways of learning to live with it and to honor it and to give it a place. Hi Jane. Hi Stephen. Yeah. So, yeah. I've found through my own experience that an expectation that grief will go away is a false expectation, because it changes us into someone new. We transform into someone who walks with grief instead of the person that we were before grief entered our lives. And being a grief walker is a sacred responsibility. It brings us depth of experience. It brings us a heightened awareness of the transient nature of life, of our own mortality, that we're not here forever. So life, when grief comes along, life takes on new meaning, and the colors around us can become brighter. Things stand out to us. If you've been through grief, hi Stephanie. Yes, I know that Stephanie's somebody who's walked this journey as well. When you've gone through the grief initiation, it brings you to a whole new place, a whole new state of being. And I just realized I have somebody here who's doing a little bit of work on the house, and he's started up a loud machine. So I'm really hoping that, oh, it stopped. Okay. It may come and go. At any rate, I tend to take in what's going on in the field around me as also messages, and perhaps for me that's like just that sound of loud grinding that is a representation of grief for me as well. Sort of this background noise. Yeah. What is Stephanie saying? I practice enjoying my grief because it is too hard to get buried in the grief. I did that for too long. I cannot hear anything but your soothing voice. That's good. Thank you. So yes, grief also gives us a heightened sense of awareness of love. That's why another part of this topic is love, because I saw this saying once that said, grief is just love with nowhere to go. We still love that person just as much, and yet all of that love feels like it's locked up inside of us, and because we cannot physically share it in the same way that we once were able to. And so learning how to communicate with spirit on the other side can be an access point for that love to go somewhere. So this process that I was initiated into with my mother's death really woke up my spirit, and it woke me up to communicating spirit to spirit. And part of what I believe, or what I like to think, is that we have soul family, and our soul family, we're connected energetically through our soul contracts from the time before we were born. And so to me, what that's like is a dedicated phone line, kind of like those old tin cans with dental floss that we used to have when we were younger. And so we have a dedicated phone line to be able to talk to spirits on the other side of the veil, to our loved ones in our soul family. And we know who our soul family is because it's the people who've entered our lives and have played a significant role. And so we can pick up that phone line and make a call. Hey guys, I'm gonna move for a minute because it just got really loud right over my head. I'll just go over here for a second. Sorry about that. Sometimes you just need to adapt. It is a blower. Yes, you got it. And he ended up right over my head. So it's timely, this experience of, sometimes grief also gets in the way of being able to communicate. So sometimes there's noise. So the dedicated energetic phone line is what I was talking about. And the fun thing about this is that it's not just about communicating with loved ones who've passed on, but we can communicate with our spirit family, also those before they were born, like this muscle that I developed is something that sounds like maybe he's moved again. I'm going to move back to where I was. This is something that I ended up doing before my daughter was born, to have spirit communication with a little one before she came into the world. So it's very helpful and it's very universal. It's not just about grief. It can be about excitement about the new ones coming in as well. And we can soul talk with people who are here in the world as well. We can soul talk. For example, Talia, I know you've got your children that are off in different parts of the world, and we can communicate from soul to soul with our loved ones who are in the world as well. So, yeah. So today we're going to do a little drop in. I'm not sure about you guys, but a lot of us have different experiences of, whether our mom is still here in the world. And some of us have, elderly loved ones who are in the world and have all kinds of mental health challenges like dementia and stuff like that. So soul talking can be really lovely to practice with them as well. So we're going to do a little drop-in today and a little bit of listening for messages from the other side. If you have any, loved ones that come to mind, perhaps that's why you're here today. And the next thing that I want to talk about, just touch on very briefly, is what we call the clairs. So people tend to be familiar with the word clairvoyance because because it's very commonly used. But there are other clairs, and they refer to our different ways of receiving information. So just like our physical senses of taste, touch, smell, sight, hearing, we have their counterparts in the clairs. So there is, there's clairvoyance, which means clear seeing. There's claircognizance, which means clear knowing. There's clairsentience, which is clear feeling. Clairaudience, which is clear hearing. And there's another one, I can't remember the name for it, but I had a client once who had this where they could smell. They could smell when a spirit was in the room. So these are some of the clairs. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because not everybody sees apparitions or sees images or colors or things like that. And sometimes that can occur as a loss to people. But it's just that we have, our intuition occurs to us all differently. So you may be someone that can feel the touch of a loved one on your body. You may be someone that doesn't see visuals but hears messages. You might just have a knowing of someone's presence. Or like my friend, you can smell, she could smell tobacco smoke when someone was there, someone who had smoked a pipe when they were living. So I bring this up just as an invitation that whatever way you pick up information, just to embrace it and accept your way of receiving spirit communication. And it's also, to me, very important to create intention of sacred space and an intention of direct communication, either with loved ones that you're aware of, or angels or spirit guides. I always find it really crucial to create the intention that you're only communicating with beings of the highest light and love. And to, if you want to communicate with a loved one on the other side, to name them by name and ask for them to come in. And it can be to receive guidance about an area of your life where you're having difficulty or where you need clarity or guidance. And it can just be for spirit communion, to be with each other and to feel the love that you have for this person and to feel their love for you. It doesn't have to be some great message. It can just be being together in love, because we all know that that's more than enough. Yeah. So we're just going to do a little drop in now and to connect in love with someone on the other side, someone that we love and care about. Okay? Just to have a little bit of time connecting. So, I'm going to clear my throat again. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit hoarse today. Little hoarse. Pardon me. It's probably, my teacher used to say that when we have stuff in our throat, it's because we're choking back tears. So for me, there might be some tears. I woke up with some yesterday, just remembering my sweet mom and how much I love her and how much I still miss her almost 40 years later. because there's nothing quite like unconditional love, really. And it's okay to miss it, no matter how much time has passed. All right, so feeling your connection either with your chair, with the ground, your bed, the floor, feeling connected to Mother Earth. It might be helpful in this meditation to close your eyes, unless you're good at visualizing with your eyes open. And become focused on your breathing. Become aware of your breath. Not trying to change the breath or influence it, but just to be present to how it is. Is it deep? Is it shallow? Is it slow? Is it rapid? Just notice. Noticing our breathing brings us into the present. And the best way to do this work is being present in the here and now. Maybe feeling that breath relaxing a little bit. Feeling your body, your muscles relax. Adjusting so that you're a little bit more comfortable. Allowing yourself to notice the sounds around you. Bringing all your awareness into the here and now. And with a gentle thought, invite an image or a name of someone you love and care about, who is on the other side. You can either speak their name out loud or in your heart. It might be their name that you're present to, or you may be able to conjure an image of them when you knew them. And just like picking up the phone and calling them up, call up to your loved one and invite them into your awareness now. And notice your body. As they arrive. In the oneness, they're never more than a thought away. Notice if you feel their presence around you, where they might be. It can be a touch, or surrounding you, or in front of you, or behind you. Just open your senses to awareness of their presence. And feel the love that unites you. Feel your heart open to the truth that love is eternal. And the love that is within you that wants to go to that person, allow it to go. Allow it to flow out of you. Give your love someplace to go. And see your loved one receiving all that love. Feel the relief that comes with being able to give that love and not to keep it bottled inside of you. And you can let them know in words or gestures just how much they mean to you. Once that love is received, you can open your heart and feel the love that they carry for you pouring into you. Into your heart, all around you, wherever it lands. Practice receiving all the love there is for you. Let it all in. And be aware that you can do this anytime. This is always available to you. And now if there's a message that you want to relay, it's a good time to do that. And if there's a message for you to receive, it's also a good time to receive it. It can also be a blessing or a healing. Allow yourself to fully receive the gifts that your loved one has brought for you. And feel this space of mutual exchange. And so much clarity and so much love. And allow yourself to fully receive without any restriction. And knowing that you can resume this communication at any time. Any time when you have a moment to drop into presence, peace, and communication. It's time for gratitude to this loved one for coming and sharing with you today. And you can express that gratitude in whatever way feels appropriate for you. Gently thank them for coming and bring yourself back to this place, present moment. And open your eyes and come back. And sometimes, like for me, there's a lot of interference in the field, a lot of noise. So I'm going to do this again at a time when I have a little bit more peace and quiet. This has certainly been a quality that's coming in today for its own reasons. So before it gets much louder where I am, I'm going to say goodbye for now and wish you all much love and peace. And I love you very much. And also we have a really fun announcement happening tomorrow, so same time tomorrow morning, do tune in if you have a minute, and have some fun sharing for you. Okay? Much love to all of you. I really hope that this exercise today has brought you some peace and love and connection. I love you very much. Have a beautiful day, my friends. Bye for now.